Whew. I have a serious cold. Jeez. Easy. Okay, this is another Controversial Friday. Welcome to yet another video. I will be freeballing this one out. Freestyling. You see the title? So basically, we are going to be talking about the kind of friends you should avoid in Burundi, or rather the people you should avoid in Burundi as a first-timer Burundian in Burundi. So basically what I mean is, if this is your first time ever coming to Burundi, or if you happen to be among the people that come and went from Burundi and are wishing to relocate or are wishing to come to Burundi and live long term, longer than 6 months, then in this video, I am going to break down a couple of things that have to do with people that you should be careful about. I don't know how clear that was, but do not go anywhere. I'll be right back after this entry clip. Okay, so without even wasting any further time at all. Okay, first of all, I just want to thank all of the subscribers, the people that have stayed true and loyal to the channel, and to any new subscribers that are subscribing to the channel. I thank you guys. Welcome to Not.So.Burundian. This is a channel that showcases Burundi and explores interactions. And if you are looking to relocate to Burundi for the very first time, or you've been coming and going back for the past couple of years, I don't know, but you never really stayed long enough, longer than 30 or 60 days, then this video is for you as a Burundian that is looking to relocate to Burundi officially sometime in the future. The number one thing that you should be looking out for is your extended family in the village. Now hear me out, and this is my opinion. I'm gonna try not come off as too cocky or too not come off as a snob of some kind. Extended family is the number one group of people that you should avoid. These people might be blood, they might be related to you, but that does not mean that they should automatically get a pass or a welcome into your life. Now, I'm not saying that they need you, neither do you them, but just like you would be cautious with any stranger that you're meeting for the first time, you should also be cautious about extended family. Now, here is why you would want to be even more cautious so than a stranger. A lot of these people think that they are entitled to you and what you have, and it's understandable, but then, you know, there is that notion that you come with an abundance of things that you can give, which most of the time isn't true. You know, life is a struggle out there. As a diaspora, they feel entitled to what you have, and they feel that you are supposed to be helping in some shape or form. So that's number one. And to most of you, that could be a burden. I mean, most of you don't even know these people. Most of you aren't even well established in the countries that you live in, and so you are in no position whatsoever to be taking care of any extended family, because these are people that you just met. If you come to Burundi for the first time, for the first 1 month, let's assume that you plan to be staying for six months. For the first 1 month or two, you want to settle in first before you get to know any of them. And during that time that you spend settling in, that's the time that you're supposed to be using to interact with people that are not your family, so that they could, you know, that's the time for you to absorb stories from here and there, absorb experiences that other people have had, so that you may have an idea as to how you are to go about when you finally meet the so-called family. And the other reason why you should avoid extended family, especially going to the village where your mother or dad is originally from, is that you do not know the history between your extended family and your parents. You don't know the kind of friction that they've had amongst each other. You don't know the sort of misunderstandings that they've had. So you showing up, you are unaware of what it's really like, of what the relationship is really like between all these people. So you don't want to be, you do not want to get caught up in the middle of a feud or a beef that you had nothing to do with. And believe me, some people will take it out on you just because you happen to be an offspring of somebody. So, why get yourself in that kind of situation? Don't do that. And if you've ever heard of Ishano, it's basically some sort of food poisoning, or what some people would consider, I don't know, witchcraft of some sort that they put in food. But as of recently, they seem to have had a hybrid that they can spray or blow up in your face or some shit. So you absolutely want to avoid family in a village, because you do not know these people. They might have other exterior motives for wanting to meet you up. And besides any of that, what you really want to do is basically listen to your parents whenever they talk about people that they do not rock with. You want to listen to them. That could help you navigate your way around Burundi and the people that you are to interact with. Listen to them. There's a reason why they don't get along with them. Nobody else has the best of intentions like your parents do. So those are the number one people that you want to listen to. Family, that wraps it up for those 2 points. It's avoid extended family, number 1. Let's move on to the third point. Now, the other group of people that you want to avoid when you come to Burundi, or rather people that you want to be cautious of when you are on your journey of interacting with people, or rather making friendships or acquaintances or whatever, is you want to avoid people that have never had any history with leaving the country for more than 5 years. Okay, here's what I'm trying to say, right? The people that you should be making friends with first are the people that have a similar story to yours or background. Well, let's say you're 26 or 30 and you left Burundi when you were about 10 and you lived outside of Burundi for about 20 years. That would make you 30 now. Or if you're 26, you left Burundi when you were 2 or 4 and are now back and are now coming back in 2022. Which means you've been out of Burundi for about 16 or 14 years. The first type of people that you want to connect with when you come to Burundi are people that have a similar story to yours. So basically, they too have just come to Burundi or came to Burundi a year prior to you, or even 2 years prior to you. It's absolutely acceptable. Okay, so what I mean by that is these people have a similar mindset to yours, and they understand the struggle that you are about to go through. You may not go through a similar struggle that they have, but most likely you will. So they understand your situation and they will guide you accordingly. And to my experience, people that haven't lived in Burundi throughout the years of 1990 to 1990 to 2001 and 2001 to 2005 have a certain way of thinking that I like. To me, they are open-minded and they are unaffected by the ethnic tensions or whatever. So you want to make friends with people that have also lived out of Burundi for a huge portion of their life, number 1. And number 2, you want to make friends with the young people. You want to make friends with these kids that were just born back in 2000, 2002. In my opinion, these kids they're carefree. They happen to be carefree. They really have a mindset that is, they are out there, out of the box when it comes to their way of thinking. And so their friendships are much more genuine, and you will find that they do not have any exterior motives when it comes to making friends with you. It's just genuine friendship. But everybody else born before 1990 is somebody that you have to be cautious about. Got to have all of your 3 eyes opened when dealing with these people, because they have a certain mindset that I don't like. Some things that I cannot talk about in the open like that, but you understand what I'm saying, right? Yeah. So avoid people that have never left Burundi, not even a little. Don't make friends with them. You could. I'm not saying they're all the same, but in in the infamous words of Muhammad Ali, if you had a thousand snakes coming at you, and in those 1,000 snakes there were 100 snakes that are good and knew you, would you count on those 100 snakes to run up ahead of the other 900 and form a protective barrier to protect you? Or if you had a door right here that you had an option to close and just shut out all of the 1,000 snakes, what would you do? You know, do you want to put all your faith in those 100 snakes to protect you, or do you want to just shut the door from all of the 1,000 so that you are safe? You know, that's up to you to decide. And the other thing that you should consider if you want to move to Burundi long term is before you make the actual move, you want to talk to your parents, you know, have a deep conversation with them so that you may have an understanding of Burundi's history. Now, granted, your parents' recount of their experience in Burundi might be somewhat biased because of the experiences that they had, but take it in anyway. I don't care whose side was at fault, when they were at fault, it doesn't matter, but soak in whatever they say and bring it here with you so that you may make your own observation. You want to make an observation of what it's like in Burundi while having some information in the background that you have to work with or to compare it to. That way there are certain things that you can disregard because you have proven them not to be true, or you have observed a change from what your parents have told you. But either way, you want to take in as much of what your parents have to say before you make your move. So there is that. Okay, the GoPro camera got slightly a little too hot and it had to shut down on itself automatically. Plus the battery was low anyway, so I had to go replace it. Like I was saying, yeah, those are some things that you need to look out for when you come to Burundi. And one of the last things that you need to look out for, it's not something that serious, really. It's not to that extent, depending on who you hang out with. If you are an introvert anyway, this doesn't matter. But if you if you happen to be an extrovert, if you are an outgoing person, then this is something that I hate mentioning. This is something that I hate bringing up whenever I make these controversial videos about controversial topics. But be aware of the ethnic tensions that exist in Burundi. Nobody's gonna tell me that they don't. They do. Everybody knows that there are. So as far as that's concerned, I'm speaking the truth. So be aware of that. But at the same time, you know, there are, so, you know, we still live in a society where people that participated in 1992 fiasco, the 70s fiasco, the 80s still exist. And so these people are not even that old, really. They could be, 55, they could be 60. They still run the economy. They still own certain sectors where you might find yourself in, depending on the type of business that you want to get into. So be aware of that and trade and move cautiously, you know? Look, Burundians are easygoing people. Burundians do not like stress. Burundians like easy life. But I don't know why a switch flips in their head every now and then where ethnic tensions just creep up out of nowhere. They catch you off guard. If you're looking to get a favor in a certain sector, if you're looking to get access to certain sectors, if you're looking to interact with certain people, they might treat you in a certain way depending on what ethnicity they are and what ethnic you are. But like I said in the beginning of the video, if you make friends with people that have a similar background to yours, it doesn't really matter what ethnic background they are. One thing I've noticed, we are all open-minded. If you've lived out of Burundi for a really long time, and if you left Burundi when you were younger, doesn't matter what ethnicity you belong to, these people are open-minded. So they will put you on the game. They'll put you onto the secrets of what's going on and help you navigate Burundi when it comes to dealing with these old folks that are in offices and stuff like that. Other than that, that's pretty much all of the advice that I had to give for those of you that are looking to relocate to Burundi long term or for good. yeah, so I hope this video helped you out in some kind of way. And if there's anything that I missed out, feel free to have a discussion in the comment section below. I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of things that I missed out because, you know, some of you are older than me and have more and were exposed to many more things than I ever was. So for those of you that have further questions, feel free to comment in the comment section below. And those of you that can answer those questions, please feel free to engage in the conversation. Other than that, well, that's pretty much it for the video. And the video's coming out this Friday. I'm launching it this Friday. If there's anybody out there that that is in Burundi currently and is not a jogging person but loves cycling or would like to try out cycling, please hit me up. I would like to cycle from Kajaga, go through Gatumba, all the way to the Congolese border in Uvira. I believe that's Uvira. It's the border that enters Uvira. It's about 20 kilometers, I think, 18 to 20 kilometers. So to those of you that are interested, please hit me up and we can go out there and ride. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you're a stranger. I don't care if we've never met, if we don't know each other. I really don't. Let's just have some fun, some cycling fun. So yeah, that's it. This is Not.So.Burundian here. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out. I'm out.